Hey guys, today's video is going to be my January wrap-up. So these are the books that I have read in the month of January as of filming this video. So the first book that I read this month is The Death Cure by James Dashner. I gave this book a 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. Scratch that, I gave this a 4 out of 4 stars. I gave this book a 4 out of 4 stars on Goodreads. It is the third book in the Maze Runner trilogy. I have a video of kind of some ramblings that I have about the trilogy, so make sure to go check that out if you want more of my thoughts on this book. The next book that I read this month, I read in about maybe an hour, if that, probably only like half an hour. It was a really quick read, and that is Bro on the Go by Barney Stinson with Matt Kuhn. So this book is very short, and as you can see, there's like hardly nothing written. If there is, it's just a few sentences, and the writing's pretty big. So this was a really quick read. Again, maybe half an hour, like if that. But I loved this book. I love everything How I Met Your Mother, so I did give this a 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. The next book that I read in January was Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. I do have a review video of this, so you can go and check that out. I will leave a link in the description below, so be sure to check it out. I absolutely loved this book, and I did give it a 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. The next book I read I got from the library, so I don't have a physical copy of it, but that is Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. Again, I do have a video on this book, so go check that out, and I did give this one a 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. I loved that book. It was really cute and fluffy and light, and I cannot wait to pick up the other 2 books in the series. The next book I read is another short book, and I believe it took me maybe an hour to get through it, and that is Old Possum's Book of Practical Cats by T.S. Eliot. This is a book of poems, essentially all about cats, and I absolutely loved it. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. I had no idea that this book even existed. This is the book that the musical Cats is based off of. Cats is one of my favorite musicals. I absolutely love it, and so once I found out that it was based off a book, I just had to get this book, and I sped through it in like an hour, and it's definitely one of my favorites now. The next book I read was The Bad Beginning by Lemony Snicket. This is the first book in the Series of Unfortunate Events series. So way back when, in like grade school, I read, I believe, the first 3 books, maybe the first 5, I'm not too sure, but I never actually finished this series. So I would like to, this year, actually reread the books that I have read and finish out the series. So that's a goal, and they're really easy reads. They're only like 200 pages long, if that. This one's just over 160, so they're really quick reads, and since they are children's books, the writing in them is pretty big, so hopefully I can breeze through this series pretty quickly. The next book that I read, which I will have a video going up very soon, is Still Alice by Lisa Genova. I absolutely loved this book. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. You can check out our blog for full thoughts on this book, and again, I will have a video of this posted shortly, so go check that out. The next book that I kind of read in January is The Final Empire, the first book in the Mistborn trilogy by Brandon Sanderson. Now, I did not finish this book. I got it from the library, and it was due back at the library, and this is why the camera's moving. So since it was due back at the library and I didn't have it finished, I went ahead and just sent it back to the library. If you've been following my Friday reads, you know that I kind of struggled with it in the beginning. I wasn't really into it, but as it goes on, it starts getting better. I wasn't feeling it. So I was a-okay with sending it back to the library. I do plan on finishing the book at some point. I just don't know when that point will be. The next book, as of filming this, I am in the middle of, so hopefully I can get it done by January, is Cinder by Marissa Meyer. I'm about 100 pages in the book, and so far I absolutely love it. So hopefully I can get this done this week. That is going to be my goal for the week. And yeah, so far I love it. We'll see. I probably will end up putting this in my February wrap-up as well, just because I can't really say much about it right now. And that's really all I have for my January wrap-up. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below what you read this month. I'd love to hear from you. As always, links to everything in the description below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Old Possum's Book of Practical Clats. If you've been